Alright, so I just want to jump in here real quick. I realized when I was filming the video, I didn't realize that after I was finished filming it that I left my fan blowing the entire time. So you are going to be hearing the air blowing, kind of a buzzing or like fuzziness kind of going on in the background. I apologize for that. Completely forgot to turn off my fan. Hopefully it's not going to be too distracting. But yeah, just want to kind of jump in here, let you guys know that in case you are hearing that little, buzzing in the background. But let's go ahead and jump into putting together this look. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be doing some makeup. Some of it is like brand new launches. Some of it's been out for a little while, but they're newer to me, and so I haven't had a chance to actually get to try them yet. I have a couple of the cream gel blushes from LA Colors. I did just do a almost full face of makeup from LA Colors. In that video, I did the Nude Glam collection, and those blushes just did not have any pigment. I really didn't like them. I'm hoping that these are going to do well for me. If you've been following me recently, I have been on a cream and liquid blush kick this year. I think almost all of the blushes I have bought and purchased this year have been liquid or cream blushes. So I'm hoping that these will be good additions to my collection. I do have some more of the Autoliners from LA Colors. I used some, not from this collection, but from a different collection in the LA Colors video. Those didn't work very well for me. I'm hoping that these will. As I mentioned before, I'm trying to find some new like cream gel liner formulas that I might enjoy and work for me, since my favorite cream gel liners from Colourpop are starting to dry out. Hopefully some of these will work and I can kind of add these to my collection. If not, then I will just pull them out and give them to my daughter. These are only $1.25 each. Not a huge dent in the bank. I also have a new lipstick from Covergirl. I think this is part of their Ageless line. This one has hyaluronic acid in it, so we're going to be testing that one out. But the stars of today's video are going to be these monochromatic 4-pin shadows from Hard Candy. We have Buzz and we have Burn. Burn is more of a kind of a peachy warm neutral, and then we have a more yellow palette. This one is called Buzz, obviously because it's like inspired by bees. I picked these up from Walmart. There were like 4 or 5 different color stores, but these were the ones that I liked the most, so I grabbed these. First things first, let's go on ahead and prime our eyelids. I'm just going to use my Milani eyeshadow primer. I like to do the eyeshadow primer first and then do my blush and highlighter, so that way the primer has a chance to settle down. So you have Hypnotized and Tainted Love. Tainted Love looks like it's more pink. Hypnotized is more peachy. I am going to go ahead and swatch these real quick. So first we're going to swatch Tainted Love. The product is coming out kind of heavy from the two. Let's go ahead and see what this one looks like. Alright, it's really pretty. Soft pink, and it is blending out pretty well. We'll see how it blends over my powder. I've mentioned this before. I always preface this before I use a liquid or cream blush or highlighter product. I have oily skin, so I always set down with powder. So I'm always looking for a cream or liquid product that's going to blend well over powder. We'll see how this one's going to actually work in that way. Then we have Hypnotized. Hypnotized is the more peachy shade. Well, there's so much product just coming out of the top of this tube. We cleaned that up a little bit. So that's something you definitely want to be careful about when you're applying this product. So much of it just is like trying to ooze out of the top. So let's go ahead and blend this one in. This is the shade that I'm pretty sure I'm going to use today because I think it'll go better with the eyeshadow palettes. And that's very pretty. Okay. No funky smell or anything. That's important too. So let's see how this blends on the cheek. I'm going to take just a little bit on my makeup sponge here. That's generally the way that I like to cream and liquid products. And then we're just going to start tapping this onto the cheek. Alright, it's a pretty color. It's not like super pigmented, but it is blending out well. It's definitely more pigmented than those new Glam powder blushes were. Okay, that's pretty. This would work for like just an everyday, just kind of a soft, glow, natural looking kind of a blush when you don't want anything like too heavy. That is pretty. I was going to throw on some highlighter from my Heavenly Hue Trend Beauty highlighter palette. This is currently in my kind of rotation. I'm testing out blushes and highlighters for when I get ready to do my declutter, which I'm going to be doing sometime in the next month or so. And so this one is in my current rotation, but I have so much glowiness going on right now that I don't think I need it, so we're going to forego highlighter today. I do have a cream and liquid blush video that's going to be coming up soon. I'm currently waiting for 2 cream blushes that I ordered from Profusion that I want to test out first. I'm going to be doing this big overview video of liquid blushes and cream blushes that I've recently been testing out. I'm going to give you guys an overview of what I thought about them. I'm very excited about that. That should be coming towards the middle or end of June. Just depends on how long it takes me to get everything together, but I'm really hoping you guys will enjoy that, so definitely keep a lookout for that one. So it's a little emollient. It has not set down, which is fine. If you're someone that has dry skin, this is a formula that you'll probably enjoy since it does stay, you know, pretty emollient. It doesn't get like dry and settle down. So far, the formula feels pretty good. Now for the star of the show, these little monochrome palettes from Hard Candy, Burn, and Buzz. I'm going to go ahead and swatch these. I do want to see what the formulas feel like. There are 2 mattes and 2 shimmers in each palette. So let's go on ahead and do like a quick little swatcheroo. The shimmers feel really, really nice. I'm always on the lookout for a pigmented yellow. So far, like in that swatch. Okay. Ooh. Alright, let's swatch. As you can see, that yellow is just, it's not doing much. Hopefully it'll show on the eyelid better, but in the swatch, yeah, nothing is happening. Now we're going to swatch Burn. The shimmer, like the richest shimmer in both palettes, is like super creamy. So let's see what we got here. Okay, these 2 shades look really, really good. This one is not very pigmented. Swatch kind of patchy. This one is okay. Like I said, I am going to combine the 2 palettes together. I'm not really going for like a monochromatic look today. I'm going to take Blend Bunny 4, dip into the yellow shade, which has the letter U on it. Let's see what we get as far as pigment. The swatch really did not impress me. I'm going to lay that in the inner part here. Okay, on the eyelid, I'm definitely getting a little more pigment than in that swatch. You know, swatches aren't always indicative of how the shade is actually going to perform in the eyelid, and I'm definitely getting more vibrancy on the eyelid. If I had like a lighter underneath this, it would probably pop a lot more, but that's actually pretty good. I'm impressed. More impressed than I was with the swatch anyway. I'm going to take Blend Bunny 1, and I'm going to dip into the deepest shade in the Burn palette that has the letter N embossed into it, and I'm going to lay this on the outer corner, this area right here. This shade is actually pretty pigmented. I'll just gently blend it into the yellow. Yeah, this shade is actually very pigmented. And this is more of a satin matte. It's not a full flat matte. It's really pretty. That's a gorgeous, just burnt, warm, summery shade. Alright, that shade blended out really quickly. I'm going to take the same brush, that same shade, and just slightly blend. I'll try to keep it as close to the lash line as I can, and just connect it to the upper lid shade. This is pretty. And take this flat dough color brush, and we are going to go into this shimmer in the Burn palette. I'm going to lay that more towards the outer part, and then we'll take that brighter yellow in the Buzz palette, and we'll lay that towards the inner part of the eye. That's pretty. It's a beautiful, rich kind of a copper. Right off the bat, I'm enjoying the Burn palette a little bit more than the Buzz palette. Taking some of Buzz on this little flat shader brush here. I'm going to put that in here. It's like super creamy and vibrant in the pan. It's pretty, but on the eyelid I'm not getting that same vibrancy. If it was wet or like a tacky base underneath, it might be a little more bright, a little more brilliant. I have been wanting to get that NYX glitter base. I've heard so many good things about that. Definitely on my list of things to purchase in 2022. Take the smallest Blend Bunny and go into the bright yellow shade in the Buzz palette. There's the bee embossing in it. Really bright citrus lemon yellow, and we're just going to lay that as our inner corner highlight. It's pretty. So that's going to be it for the shadows. And I think this look came together pretty quickly. I'll give my kind of overview thoughts at the end of the video. Now let's pick a liner. None of these are particularly warm. As far as like this eye look is concerned, I think I'm going to go with the Pop of Blue. When in doubt, always go with the Pop of Blue. But we have green, which actually looks more like a teal blue. Then we have pink, This one is purple, and then this one is blue. So these are just like basic shades, although the green definitely is more of a seafoam, like teal. It's not green. I'm really hoping for more creaminess with this shade than I got from those other Autoliners. It feels a little dry. It feels kind of tuggy. The shade is okay. Let's see how it works in the eyelid or in the waterline, because that's where I like to lay my cream liners for just like a little pop of color. And yeah, I can see it, but it's not very bright, and I'm really having to go back and forth for that to show up. I mean, you can see it, but yeah, definitely once again will not be replacing my Colourpop. I may have to go on there and try to see if I can make an order. I did get some pastel pencils from Beauty Bay that I do like. Those are really, really pretty. Yeah, the LA Color Gel liners, these are just not very smooth. These are just a miss for me. And I have used a lot of products from LA Colors that I really do love, but so far these liners, they've not been impressing me. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to throw on some liner. I'm just going to use my regular NYX Epic liner. This is one that I've been enjoying lately. Do like a little wing. Throw some lashes on. I'm going to be using my Ardell Demi Wispy Lashes, and then we will come back and try out this Hyaluronic lipstick from Covergirl, and then I'll give you guys kind of my overall thoughts on some of the products that we used today, although I'm pretty sure you guys can already guess what I thought about them. So now we're going to be testing out the Hyaluronic lipstick from Covergirl. The shade that I picked up is Brilliant Coral number 290 is what I think it says. And on the inside, I'm going to show you guys. There's a little core. I don't know if you can see that. I guess like the Hyaluronic moisturizer core in the middle, and then the lipstick is on the outside. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be more in the sheer formula. Not really smelling of fragrance. Give me a second to find a lip pencil. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips, and then we will throw this on. I love how it's just gliding onto the lips without any issue. This is part of the Ageless collection, I believe. Oh, that is beautiful. It's very, very comfortable. It feels very smooth on the lips. The formula is very rich, very creamy, but not like thick and sticky. I am really liking this, and that shade is really, really pretty too. Ooh. Yeah, this is definitely a win. Alright, so now let's do a quick overview of the products that I tested out today. The cream blushes, the cream gel blushes from LA Colors. I did like this. I think it looks really, really pretty. It's not like, it did set down a little bit. I am noticing that it does feel less tacky, but it still feels very smooth. It blended without any problems. I'm loving the very healthy glow that I'm getting from it. Only issue I would say with these is the component. Be very careful when you're opening it, because it does like to just kind of spurt everywhere. Other than that, formula wise, these were a hit. I did enjoy these. The liners, this performed exactly like the last set of liners that I used from LA Colors. Very tuggy, very cooly. I mean, you can see something in there, but I really had to work to get this to show up. So these will most definitely not be replacing my Colourpop liners, unfortunately. The lipstick, this is absolutely stunning. The formula feels so good. It looks very smoothing. My lips look like they have a little bit of plumpness to them. Look a little juicy. Overall, I'm really enjoying this. And the eyeshadow palettes, they're not my favorite formula as far as eyeshadow is concerned. I think this is my first time ever using a hard candy formula. I don't think I've ever used hard candy shadows before. They did perform okay. The yellow on the eyelid, as you can see, much, much better pigment than when I was swatching. When I was swatching, trying to build it up, it just wasn't working, but it looks beautiful on the eyelid. The formula is not my favorite, but overall, they did perform well. I'm definitely going to keep playing around with these, see what I think about them, so when the time comes and I do my mid-year eyeshadow declutter, I can decide if I want to keep these or not. And I do love the really pretty warm kind of sunset summer look that I did get from using these palettes. They did perform pretty well for me. Alright guys, so that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with the channel. If you're new to my channel, you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider hitting subscribe and join my little family. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you can get notified of any videos coming up in the future. You can also follow me on my other socials. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.